for children, yeah, toys and so on. Smyk is called smyk, which means bread. B-R-A-T, you know. You can also translate it as a snotrek, you know. You know snotrek? Okay, so this is a vernacular term for a spoiled child. Okay, this is Jerusalem Avenue, named after a Jewish settlement, which was at the end of it. And in the years before the pandemic, Warsaw was the most popular tourist destination for the Israelis in the world. I mean, out of the abroad, yeah. So more Israelis came to Warsaw than to, I don't know, Barcelona or Rome. This is, you know, this is interesting. These mental maps of different nationalities. As to Americans, for example, Poland is mainly Warsaw, Krakow, Gdańsk, yeah. But by the way, for example, you know, the Germans travel to other destinations, yeah. Okay, so you can take a glance at the Palace of Culture, which is a home to a number of institutions, you know, institutes, companies. It was built in the 50s as a symbol of political domination of the Soviet Union in Poland. To the right, there is the railway line, which is underground, and you know, this underground line was built before the war. Now you can see the central district of Warsaw. You can see Złote Tarasy, the Golden Terraces. It's a mall. Yeah, can you see this dome? I mean, you know, this roof. Built in 2005. There is the central railway station to the right. And also, I think that I'm pretty sure that railways are somehow more popular in Europe than in the States, you know. Then you've got, okay, some other skyscrapers. So as I told you, Warsaw is in the 5th position in Europe in the amount of skyscrapers. To the right hand side is Warsaw Tower, the tallest one, and the tallest in the European Union. But you know, in Istanbul and Moscow, they have got taller buildings, skyscrapers, yeah. Okay, so now we are heading for the west. Twice before you enter, or you know, once you enter, you have got 1 minute to make a decision. You can leave it, and you know, it's, I think for most people, including me, it's tricky, you know. But then you can get used to it. This hotel on the left is called Sobieski, was built by the Austrians, was the first foreign investment in Warsaw after the fall of communism, you know. They completed it in 1991, 1992. Is on the right hand side where it says Samsung. There is a research and development center, Samsung Europe there. You surely know what outsourcing is, which is also called shared services centers, which means that companies operating internationally, like for example, say, I don't know, Google or IBM, they outsource a lot of jobs, and they are in places like, for example, Warsaw. Wait a second, would be at least 1.3 thousand euro net, yeah. Okay, there is the Western Railway Station, and here, okay, look at this. Warszawa Zachodnia, it means it's the bus terminal, and you know, it hasn't been revitalized yet, so it looks like in the 90s. And you have got long distance buses here connecting Warsaw with, for example, the Baltic states. If you look to the right, you can see new buildings, you know, new residential estates. 40% of apartments in Warsaw have been built, I mean, you know, were built after 2000, the year 2000, so for the last 20 years, you know. Yeah, it's still Jerusalem Avenue, so here you have got the offices of different companies. You have got malls, like to the left-hand side. On the left-hand side, it's called Blue City. Reduta is to the right, and which also you know, differs or stands us out from other Eastern European countries, there are a lot of Polish companies, you know, or in Slovenia. You will have mainly products manufactured by large international companies. Here you will have, for example, two types of tomato juice. Yeah, tomato juice. In a Polish shop, you would have not two but five, and four out of it, you know, are Polish companies. And some years ago, I even counted, you know, in 2 or 3 malls, you know, and Polish companies constituted the majority among, you know, the tenants. And also, what's funny, many companies which were set up in the 90s after the fall of communism, Polish entrepreneurs named them, you know, like for example, Gino Rossi, you know. I mean, you know, the names are foreign, are Italian names, you know, are English names, because under communism, quality of goods was terrible. It's a fact. It's not a joke. You bought, for example, a pair of shoes, and you know, they fell apart after 3 weeks. You know. So your choices are: at first it's folk music, then it's country music, and then it's Karolina Prosenko from Ukraine. I should play you Riders on the Storm, as Ziggy has just said that there are going to be storms today in the south of Poland. This windmill, młyn is windmill, and złoty sounds like Polish currency, which means golden.
然后我穿黄衣服，你穿黄鞋子，一个黄鞋子，我把黄鞋子。
In 2 hotels there were refugees. They were tourists, but also some refugees from Ukraine. And you know, the hoteliers are paid by the Polish government. Yeah, Madura is an island, so it's well, a holiday destination. Yeah. Town, this Czestochowa, where the monastery is. There's more than 200,000 people living here. This is also an industrial town. A nice inn on the right hand side. It's called the Jurassic Tavern. Jurassic because there is a nice area which spreads to the east of the town, and you know, it's hilly, and you've got a lot of limestones, and it was created at, you know, like pre-time in the Jurassic era of our monastery. It is 318 feet tall, so it is the Second, no, the third tallest church tower in Poland. The first to sell bicycles in Poland. And another such example is sneakers, you know, sport shoes, trainers, I mean. Trainers are called in Polish Adidasy. And it's got to do with the Black Madonna. And it is believed by Catholics to be miraculous, as at first it was around 1400. It was, you know, there was a robbery, and the robbers simply, you know, made away with, you know, with this Madonna. But somehow, you know, they left it. I mean, you know, somehow, you know, this Madonna managed to, you know, it is reported to stay in place, you know, didn't let them, you know, be taken away. Successfully defended the monastery against, you know, thousands of Swedes, and that they believed that it was the Black Madonna who, you know, saved the Poles. Look at this. There is the monastery, and on the left-hand side there is the promenade. Look at this, the promenade. This boulevard connects the monastery with the railway station, and it is called the Virgin Mary's Boulevard. Let me put it this way. So unless there are millions of pilgrims, we will make, after we have got a guided tour. Okay, so after we get off, we will all go together towards restaurants, which are in this building, which you can see, where it says Dom and something else.